the Trevor Jackson Podcast.
Man, I'm excited about this conversation with my guy Rob, man, of Water God TV.
For sure, man. Appreciate you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. Y'all got to go check out his channel. The links will be in the description to his show. If he want to, he can upload this show on his channel also. But on this episode, we talking about evolving the culture. We got breaking news that we're going to read the Jay-Z allegations that just came out. He already responded. We're going to talk about the Andrew Sort situation with Kendrick Lamar and all of that. We're going to talk about Roddy Ricch with him. I like that Roddy Ricch conversation where they found his Grammys and all of that in the storage unit. Did you hear about that, fam?
I didn't hear about that, fam. I didn't. Okay. That's good.
We're going to talk about, I got a clip from Thomas Sowell talking about reparations, the case for reparations, because I think it's real educational. But I want to, before we get into the trending stuff with Jay-Z and Schultz and all of that stuff, I want to start the conversation off with something that you sent me this week that I think was very important, fam. And I don't know the name of this individual, but he was talking about cleaning up the community, and it was extremely viral. Let's get right to it, though, fam.
Let's get it.
Yeah, he telling me
that's real. That's real. Listen, man, when we start cleaning up our communities, multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies is going to lose money, right? And they feed their families off of us killing each other. They send their children to school off of us killing each other. They live in mansions and drive on yachts off of us killing each other. The ambulance, the police officers, the pharmaceutical industry. When you get shot up and you got to take them perks and them pills, that's money. You see what I'm saying? That they losing when we stop killing each other. The ride to the ambulance, you get a hospital bill for that. They start losing money when we stop killing each other. You understand what I'm saying? The obituaries, the funeral homes, they start losing money. The lawyers that we paying millions of dollars to get us off this case, they start losing money when we stop killing each other. So you don't think it's somebody that's sitting in the back responsible for making sure that we keep killing each other so that they can keep eating? When you go to prison, each inmate, they make money, bro, off of the inmates up in there. They make money off of our free labor in prison, building stuff for them. You see what I'm saying? So you don't think it's people out here that's like, no, let me promote this rapper talking about sliding on the ops. Let me promote you trolling these brothers for somebody that you done killed. Because the more you incite them to murder and kill, the more we eat.
You know, I want to know why you sent me that, but I'm going to tell you what my thoughts were saying listening to that, brother. It was making me think of a Bible scripture. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. And we are.
Fam, when I seen that, I see a lot of cultures, you know what I mean? Because I'm in and out of houses, so I see, different cultures, and I see that there's no benefit. I'm a name. I'm like the Indian culture, like the Jewish culture. They don't benefit the system as far as, like he's saying, the ambulance, the doctors, the hospitals. But when you look at our culture, it seems like we benefit everything. You know what I'm saying?
Funding the system.
Yeah. So it's just sad to hear it, but we got to clean it up. We definitely got to clean it up.
And we are the biggest consumers of everything, negatively, financially, products, the bad foods. We just got through talking about veganism on your channel also, and it's just how do we see? I see benefit personally in unifying, but how can we make everybody see a benefit in unifying? Because people are only out for self, and being only out for self hinders the whole. To be honest with you, man, I see the same thing that you see. I see Chinese have their own communities. They build their own infrastructure, and they have their own restaurants, and they have the Arab people. They have all of the supermarkets in our neighborhoods because black folk don't got communities. I'm sorry, I can't. We don't got community. It's just that other cultures unify and they grow through unifying, except us, and we funding everything that is beneficial to everybody else, that's employing everybody else. We just funding all that shit, and I'm getting tired of it, man. How can we evolve the culture, like the title of the show, fam?
Fam, I mean, I kind of want to give hope that we can talk and speak to people, but I'm at the point right now where I think we gotta make sure the younger generations are aware and know of this, because like you said, just like we were talking on the veganism, some people, even to do right, they won't do it. They know what it is to do right, but they mind may be so influenced and saturated with negativity that it may be nothing we can do for certain individuals. You get what I'm saying?
What does it come from though? Like, does it come from the programming that, I'll be telling people that we gotta unprogram.
Yeah.
Like the popular saying, unlearn and relearn. You know what I'm saying? Because we come to an agreement that we think things is valuable that really doesn't even have value. Like when I look at the hip hop community and I see all of these artists, the labels are taking their hand off of them. And now people don't value you because you're not popular. Right. You're not promoted by the big heads and the Jewish individuals. You're not promoted by them. So they don't look at Kanye as valuable as he was when the Jewish people had their hands involved in him and they was investing in him.
Right.
It's just weird, man, to that we don't value our own, really, though, because if we really valued our own, we would appreciate the creativity if it was popular or not popular. We would appreciate the mindset and the thought process if it's popular or not popular. But only when it's popular, we give credence to it and we give value to it. And that's a shame, man, to be honest with you. That's really a shame.
It's a shame, fam. But to what you just said, you said that it's other races that own our culture, but it's crazy. I can hear people that say that our culture is trash, but they never put that on the Jewish culture for owning it. Like, we gotta admit that hip hop, it's own. We don't own that. You know what I'm saying? We don't, all of the records and the Death Row and the Tupacs and all of these artists, our big time artists, we don't own none of that. But we'll get blamed as a people for the culture, but the owners don't take no heat.
They don't. They shouldn't take no heat. I would want them to take heat. I would want people to understand that what they're doing or whatever, though. But I can't give them no heat because we sold them the culture. And at the end of the day, I look at it like this. This is gonna be deep too, because I just understood something as of recently because I went somewhere, but they understand the value of the culture and the influence more than we do, because influence is the main commodity, and we are the most influential, but we don't want to invest in our influence. We influence all the kids, all the cultures is influenced. They dress like us. They want to smell like us. They want to wear their hair like us. They want to taste like us. They want the women, the booties and lips and all of that like us. They want to rap like us. They want to sound like us. Country music even sound like hip hop now. Rock and roll has a hip hop implement in it. Mexican music, Spanish music, they even got the bass line like rap, and they rapping on them Spanish beats now. We are the influence, so I can't blame them for knowing what we don't know. But what I come to realize, going to the African American Museum in DC, where the history is like blatantly in our face. And I got a clip I'm going to play after this too. The history is blatantly in our face. I went to that massive museum and it wasn't no black people in there.
Working, you mean?
No, they was in there working. But I'm saying, wanting to learn the history, it was majority white people in there, fam.
Damn.
White people want to know black history more than black people do. That's just my take. I could be wrong. Yeah. But they want to understand us. They want to be able to realize who we are and learn our history. And the reason they want to do that is because I think that if you know them people more than they know themselves, you can control them. You can have ownership in them. You go to a museum, a Black History museum, and they have classes teaching this and that. It ain't gonna be majority black people in there. And I live in Charlotte, a city that got majority black people in it. But when you go to the black museums, it ain't black people in it.
Right.
In a majority black
other
museum,
cultures.
it's other cultures wanting to learn our culture. When we don't even want to learn our culture, is
Our own culture. Yeah. That's sad, fam. Damn.
They don't want us like. I seen people mad that the governor down there for y'all want to take Black history out of school.
Mm-hmm.
So we can teach the kids Black history our damn self. We should be knowledgeable about it to where we teach them the truth. Because they ain't going to teach them nothing but Martin Luther King. And the only reason they celebrating Martin Luther King because he integrated niggas into the white man structure system.
Right.
That's why they celebrate Martin Luther King. That's why he got a name on every street. That's why he got statues and everything, because he integrated us with their structure that they benefit from.
Right.
Instead of wanting us to separate from their structure like Malcolm X. They ain't
Like Malcolm X.
They ain't gonna celebrate Malcolm X.
They don't celebrate him at all.
He didn't want to get them. He didn't want to get them people integrated into the capitalist system. Martin did. Now that's our boy. That's our boy. Love him.
And he didn't. And he changed his mind too about it. At the end. It was too late, you know. But he did want to change things, but it was too late at the time, and they had to get rid of him. You know what I'm saying?
I want to play this clip, fam.
Go ahead.
And
fam.
I want your take, because I played this on one of my historically speaking shows, but I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? So I'm interested in your perspective on reparations and what your thought is about this clip about reparations. But before I play the clip, what you think about reparations, fam?
Fam, I'm just tired of us having to ask people for stuff at this point. If we got reparations, fam, it's good. But at this point, we are spending $1 trillion a year. I don't think they're going to give us that. So if we just take that, we don't really need money from nobody, fam.
That's a fact. I agree with that.
We don't. We just want it easy. You know, we just want to get something, you know, but we can change and make a difference from what we making right now, family.
Yeah.
For real.
If we unified like how we supposed to be able to do. I talk about unifying so much on my channel that I think people getting bored with it, actually. But at the end of the day, you gotta keep pushing it.
You gotta keep pushing it, fam, because that's the only way. It's the only way.
Being repetitive, I gotta be repetitive just to get the point across, ain't it?
You gotta beat it across their head.
Yeah. It's like to me, reparations, I would accept it if they gave it. But with the trillions of dollars that's being invested and that's being gave to people, I think about LeBron James, Diddy, Jay-Z, Tyler Perry, Oprah, so many black people that's worth so much money, and I don't know what they doing with the money to help the culture. Black Lives Matter, when they got their billions of dollars and when they got those hundreds of millions of dollars, and Candace always exposed them, they buying houses in Beverly Hills and all that old type stuff. It was crazy to me because it's not a lack of money, it's a lack of structure and unifying. But let me go ahead and play the clip of the case for reparations.
Let me read you a quotation. This is from an article that got a lot of attention in The Atlantic a couple of years ago called The Case for Reparations by Ta-Nehisi Coates. Quote, "White supremacy is a force so fundamental to America that it is difficult to imagine the country without it. Reparations is the price we must pay to see ourselves squarely." Close quote. And Tom Sowell, who actually saw Jim Crow with his own eyes and experienced it, responds how?
It would be nice to know his evidence for what he said, just to be old-fashioned about it. No, it was a rotten system. But I don't know how we get from that to reparations. I mean, what we see in the United States in terms of the bad things, you see all around the world. If you were to give reparations to everyone whose ancestors had been slaves, I suspect that you would have to give reparations to more than half the entire population of the globe. Slavery was not confined to one set of races. I suspect that most of the people who were either slaves or slave owners around the world were neither white nor black.
You know, I realized that too when I keep talking about that museum because I learned a lot when I went there in D.C. that slavery, the Italians were slaves, man. The Spanish people were slaves. To be in America as a black man is actually a blessing. I really, it's things that was done bad to us though, but when I think about when you go in there, they got a fake slave boat, right? And they showed the route that the boat traveled,
Right.
from West Africa. So it went down. It went down. It was dropping off people at the Caribbeans,
Right.
Turks, Jamaica, Haiti, St. Thomas, St. John, St. Kitts, all of those islands. People was dying along the way. It wasn't even that many people that got to live to make it to America because they was dropping them bodies off all the way through. Them are all people also, but we want to separate ourselves and call them tethers and this and that, and you know what I'm saying? They these people and that people, but them still are like African black people, really.
Right.
It's just that if America is going to give reparations, I don't know if America. I think Africa should have to owe reparations also. Am I wrong in that thinking?
Yeah, I mean, they sold us over here, but think about it like this too, fam. How many people was on that boat though? Are we talking millions?
Now we talking about multiple boats.
Okay, so we talking about a lot of boats. Okay, so now we can get to the ends. Okay. Yeah, fam, I think the Africa needs to pay too. Both of them need to pay. I think it was some financing going on. I think even the Jewish culture got their hands in it. The financing. I think it was some hands at play. It ain't just one entity involved. You know, it's kind of like how things are ran now. It's a couple different entities that control things. You get what I'm saying?
Most definitely. It's weird that it's a blessing for us to have made it to America, fam, because you could have been dropped off. Your ancestors could have been Haiti. You could have been dropped off anywhere, but we made it to America. So let's take advantage of the opportunities that we got while it's right in front of our face, instead of complaining about reparations. You know what I mean?
I agree.
If they give it to us, so be it. You know what I mean? If we can, if
we got the ability, like you saying, we got the ability we got everything we need to do everything that we want to do. Why aren't we focusing on that?
Yeah.
Why are we focusing on the back? We looking back saying, give me this, give me that. Like, no, let's listen. Let's look at what we can do. Let's unify. I'm with you, man. It's time. All of that looking back stuff and trying to whine and cry, it ain't gonna do us no good.
Forget the 40 acres and a mule. We can buy our own properties and residences and farms and all of that now, and they'll have to pay us for it. It's just that we living in different times now, man, and evolving the culture, man. That's the conversation that we have, and let's move the conversation forward, fam.
It's real.
You sent me another clip before we get into. I'm trying to warm us up before we get into the Jay-Z and the Andrew Short stuff. You sent me a clip, and I don't want to play the whole thing because it's 3 minutes and 7 seconds. A buddy from Florida talking about Ross.
Yeah, man, it's big to me because he's getting a lot of popularity now, you know, and I think that in our community that we always glorify somebody that's locked up, and I think it's a chance that we can get manipulated, but some of the things that he was saying, it's just a lot of people in Florida think that he's just trying to make his money, you know, and doing his thing. But he's definitely a guy who was, you know, looked up to and was known in the community down here, a big time dude that was doing some things. I tell you that. But the glorifying of this is what has me like, we glorifying the wrong things. in my opinion. I respect all my brothers who done went in and came out, but their mindset is not where we needed to be for us to for us to evolve the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think that people that be in the streets don't know how many people they influence. People that's in the rap game don't know how many people they influence. And by them being so influential and the youth looking up to them, that they setting people back a few years by not pushing positivity when they speak or when they rap. They ain't pushing the game forward. And in my raps, I'm guilty for it also. I ain't gonna cap. I'm guilty for it also. But my messaging has changed over the years, and it's an uplifting message. But the idolization of people that's doing wrong is an interesting conversation. Let's get on into the clip, fam.
Yeah. You gonna ride, you gonna do it for him though. You gonna, Booby was a little, let's go to the Martin Luther King, let's go to the Million Man March. You know what I'm saying? He was a little bit on some, conscious aspect, like,
So when Rick Ross does this, he doesn't lose any street cred then, at least in Miami.
He's really not into the streets like that. He wasn't in the streets like that. His music, you made a hit song changed your life. That's just the natural effect of a hit. A hit song, you finna start directing traffic, man. Hey, you, get the fuck, hey, you, come here. Hey, you. That thing powerful, a hit song, man. It's hard, but a hit with a sound, a new tone, your whole life changed. Your whole life changed. Now it's time to see where what you gonna be. He been handling his business for all these years, though.
How did you feel about him rapping about, being this big time hustler and that not being something he was really in the streets doing?
Yeah, but I understand the poetic of it. I kind of understand the poetic of it because he was helping dudes become a different kind of hustler, because of the people that was he raised upon to see. Because in Carol City, we might be chilling like 20 deep. We wasn't like Liberty City. He got 6 cities, he got 7 cities, he got 2 states, he got 8 cities, he got 9 cities. That was our momentum, you know what I'm saying? Of chilling in Carol City, And he definitely, he been around, work, he done came to buy from me, but his face good. But I know it's patched up money. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you need? Like, boy, I need a 20 pack. He could pull up on me where his homeboy can't. And I'd be like, huh? What you need? What you got? 20. You got the money? Yeah. Hey, yeah, get Fat Boy right. What's up with the music? I had him with me at one time as an artist. Like, and so I take him to Def Jam. God bless it, there's Shakir Stewart. He tell me, man, since Biggie died, Fat Joe, Lean Back ain't work, Gorilla Black ain't work. I ain't never scared. Hit songs ain't working. The audience is still intimate with Biggie. So I'm like, I'm not investing no more money in this nigga. Wrong choice.
But, damn, when I heard that, right, when I first heard that, I always knew that Rick Ross, the rapper, he looked up, he idolized a lot of people in his community, a lot of people around him. When I first got his mixtape, one of his runners gave me his mixtape. I was the first one to put Ross on in my community because I got the mixtape. I heard it. I was like, man, this dude here gonna take off. But I always knew that he idolized the gangsters in his area. You know what I mean? He idolized them, So it's been a lot of talk that, Ross ain't really from the culture. He's a faker. He didn't really do anything. But like you said, his influence, he was around these guys. You know what I'm saying? He was a runner for these guys. He was somebody, you know what I mean? So his lifestyle is definitely equal up to what these guys doing. If you see how he living right now, you get what I'm saying?
He's in the environment. He live amongst the environment, so he sees what's happening and what's going on at all times. He right
Exactly.
there. Yeah. You know.
Now, what was your take? Because I know a lot of people have used to say, "Man, I think Ross is a capper." Now, when you hear all of this, right? What do you think? Because I feel like Ross was influenced. I don't think he was just trying to really be capping. I think he was just so influenced by that lifestyle and hanging around all of these guys that this was the type of music he put out. You get what I'm saying?
I understand it, but I come from the culture in my neighborhood of being the doer.
Right.
I was the guy that was doing actually things. But if you came up in my neighborhood and you was good at something, basketball, hooping, football, rapping, and you wasn't about that lifestyle, but you was going to make it to be able to help the community, we're going to influence, we're going to give you all the tools that you need to be able to survive. I'm going to attempt to. Anyway, I don't know about everybody else in the community, though, but if you was the square and you seen all the activities, you was amongst it, you a part of us, you one of us. But you just don't participate in the activities. You the same thing as me. You grow up in the environment. You dodging the bullets when the ops come through shooting too. You see you smell the weed and see the dice and all of that too. So you may not participate in the activities. That's like Kendrick. On the West Coast. He wasn't out there. Man, he was a good kid in a mad city.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So at the
end this is what rappers is to me. I'm gonna be real with you. Rappers, I like rappers that can give me a visual of what the hood is, what they experience. I'm not looking for a guy who's actively in the streets getting money. I don't think he can articulate himself in a way to where it will be that noticeable.
He could create.
Yeah, visual.
Yeah. That's true, because when I was actively living that lifestyle, I couldn't convey the message in a creative way until I removed myself. And now after I remove myself and I've learned and I put myself in a better position in life and reading and understanding wordplay and all of that, I can convey the message better away from it than I could when I was actually participating in it. And that's crazy to say, though. But when I listen to that clip or whatever, though, I appreciated Ross's music before I knew all of that type of stuff. And his career over, though, now.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody. Ross,
ain't nobody checking
his
him.
beats and how he presented himself around that Deeper Than Rap time, the BMF and all of that, and a little bit before that. My favorite Ross project was that mixtape, Rich Forever.
Oh yeah,
that Rich Forever mixtape should have been an album, but when he dropped that mixtape, the Deeper Than Rap and the MMG Self-Made 1, 2, and 3 and all of that, when he had Nipsey around him and French Montana, and the people don't understand how many people that Ross put in position also, though. But he helped a lot of individuals. It's just that his career will never be the same no more to me because of the promotion of the street.
Yeah.
He's too old for that now. He's too rich for that now. He had, it's hard for rappers to grow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some people can only stay in a lane in one space, but I don't see him growing into something other than that with his wordplay and his knowledge.
Yeah, but fam, that's like that with Miami is like that. Even Trick Daddy right now, he's older, but he still has that same mentality from when he was in the streets. He ain't changed. He just got older. In my opinion, those guys are like that. They stuck like that. They're not evolving. Ain't them. You know what I'm saying? They more
wrong
on
with that neither.
Yeah, they more on staying with who they are and staying, true to what they was doing and how the lifestyle they living. So I understand your point, but I just know a lot of people they didn't want to give Ross his credit for his music, and they wanted, because he was a correctional officer, they wanted to pretty much say, hey man, you ain't that guy. You know, your music nice, but I'm gonna discredit your whole.
He don't get the top 5 ranking that he deserves. Cause I don't know if I can name. I can't name 5 rappers in the South with a better catalog than Rick Ross. It's impossible.
Right.
But he'll never get acknowledged as a top 5 artist.
Right. Because of that CEO thing, I think. That CEO made people feel like he's not authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
and
true.
I understand. But to me, I never looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying? I never seen him like he wasn't authentic. He seemed like, to me, like somebody who Kendrick Lamar is. They was around it enough to be a part of it, and they can speak on it. And pretty much, that's pretty much all you need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. It's a lot of rappers like that too, cause Lil Wayne like that. At the end of the day, he been a millionaire since he was a child. He never had to participate in none of that stuff he talking about on the
none of that stuff, fam.
And then you know what's crazy? And I done met majority of these people we talking about in real life, except Kendrick. And when you meet them, you can feel it, the aura they not that. They just happy to be in the industry, the music industry. They just happy. They really not that. But man, salute to Rick Ross, man. Phenomenal albums, phenomenal music. I can't take nothing from him, man. We just
not from the music,
hell of a catalog. I like what he doing with the car shows, and he buying the big mansions, and he investing that money.
Yeah, he's still living that same lifestyle. Like I'm telling you, he still got that same mentality as the same people he looked up to, man.
Yeah. Smart street businessman, really.
Yeah, that's it.
But let's get into the trending conversation before let's get into the trending conversation before we call it. We got 30 more minutes, man.
Yeah, man. I can't wait, brother. I can't wait.
I'm gonna read it to you.
Yeah.
The lawsuit, which was initially filed October, was refiled Sunday in New York by an anonymous accuser claiming Jay-Z, whose full name is Sean Carter, all word her while Combs and Celebrity B watched. Initially, the lawsuit stated Combs are the minor while Celebrity A and Celebrity B watched. Carter was named as Celebrity A in the refiled lawsuit. Jay-Z denied the allegations and accused lawyer Tony Busby of blackmail in a statement made by his Rock Nation banner. And I'm going to read the statement right now to y'all also that Jay-Z put out an hour after these allegations was made on him today.
Oh, he moved fast, huh?
Yeah, I want to read all of this because I got to get your perspective on it, and we got to
go ahead. Let's do it.
My lawyer received a blackmail attempt, called and demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These allegation victims would deserve real justice if this was the case. This lawyer who I have done a bit of research on seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have to come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I'm more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine. Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. Ooh, Jay-Z talking crazy, fam, but I ain't finished though.
Go ahead.
My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit our children down, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to have to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims in the world who have to watch how their life story is dressed in costume for profitability by the ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I am not from your world. I'm a young man who made it at the projects of Brooklyn. We don't play these type of games. We have very strict codes of honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake physics, we believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for seriousness surrounding harm to kids, will be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. Sincerely yours, Sean Carter. God almighty.
I think that was brilliant. I think that was brilliant of how he addressed that. It looks like that lawyer is in a big fight with Jay-Z. He ain't laying down, like he ain't getting no $30 million transfer, a day later. It ain't happening like that.
He said, file for criminal. Don't make them civil because you won't get one red cent.
Right. They don't want to file criminal. What's that going to do for them? They want that money. That lawyer ain't going to get no money for no criminal. This is why I kind of believe what Jay-Z is saying, because if you follow the money is where these lawyers get paid, these judges get paid, court costs. Fam, I done been locked up and seen where I had to pay probation, all of these terms they give you, the lawyer that you got to pay. When you look at just getting in trouble, it costs a bag.
Mm-hmm. And they got to split it in a multitude of ways.
Right. So listen, if Jay-Z standing on himself that he ain't do this, I stand with him, man. I don't stand for these lawyers trying to get profit. I think it should be a cap on how much money y'all make. I don't think you should be able to just exploit people and just get money like that on lawsuits. The victim needs to get everything. You should just get a minimum pay. No lawyer should be rich off of other people's pain. That don't make sense to me.
Oh,
I
ain't never think of that like that.
Yeah, it don't make sense to me, man. So that's how I'm taking this. And I ain't never liked lawyers, man. I ain't gonna say I ain't never like them. I just was man. I had an experience with a lawyer that sold me and my woman, man. I was in the streets, and the police came to my house and found drugs at my house, but she was there. I told them that I'm gonna take the charge. They ended up charging both of us, and the lawyer put both of us on probation. I'm like, how can you do that for both of us? Why wouldn't you just put that on one person? So we both had to pay. We both had to pay for probation. We both had to pay for the lawyer. We both had to pay for the court costs. That was a money grab. You get me?
They didn't care who it was. They just seen that they had the opportunity to get a bag.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to charge two people. We can get money out of this. Let's get them both. And this is how the system working. We got to exploit this kind of stuff.
That's true. I hope Jay-Z, they don't have no video. It's 2000 though. That was 24 years ago. If they have video, it's going to be very interesting, or audio or anything. But this is interesting. He said, go ahead and file criminal, because whoever he's trying to say with that speech that's not integrity giving money. It's criminal. Lock me up then. Go ahead and make it criminal and lock me up then. This is interesting, fam.
Very interesting, fam. It makes his statement makes me believe Jay, because he hitting points that it makes perfect sense. You lawyers are crooked. A lot of you lawyers are crooked.
Yeah, man. I had a lawyer one time. I got jammed up with something so minimal, right? He took my money. First, he took my money and told me what he could do for me for my money, my $7,500. The next day, he called me and told me that I would have to tell on somebody if I wanted to beat it. So,
that's crazy.
Being a man of integrity, I told him you can give me my money back, and I don't plan on telling on nobody. No, your fees have already been transferred, and you can't get your money back. I'm your defense. So I just dropped him. But those $7,500 that he took, that was just gone.
It's crazy.
So at the end of the day, I understand what you're saying with lawyers and how they try to use people and multiple people, though. But what you think the Jaguar right influence has on this Jay-Z situation? Does it have any?
It has a lot. Cause I ain't think about her, and she's somebody that's been a thorn in Jay-Z's behind.
She was talking.
She's talking, and she's saying a lot of stuff that people are, they're consuming, and they're gonna have to believe it, because she's coming with so much passion how she's speaking. So I feel. Go ahead.
My fault. I'm excited about this for some reason. She was on Piers Morgan. As of recently, and Piers Morgan had to take the video down because Jay-Z sent a cease and desist that you can't be putting these allegations out on me. And she ain't talked since.
Listen, Jay-Z probably is not that guy. He got more connections probably than anybody in the rap game. To me, I think he got connections up there with Diddy.
I think he got more connections.
More.
Way more.
Way more.
The richest man in the world, Bernard Arnault. That's who he in business with Ace of Spade and Duce.
Mm-hmm.
He connected to the NFL. The NFL, the biggest.
Mm-hmm.
He plugged in. The lawyer better be careful. Life could be in danger, actually.
Life could be in danger.
But this is crazy though, fam. This is interesting.
Yeah, another black man on trial, though. You know what I'm saying? Another black man in the public eye, in the news, going through drama, and money is going to be going to the system. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. They bringing all the rich black men. They are attempting to bring every rich black man to trial.
That's crazy, fam.
I know you talked about on your platform the YSL case. Let's switch it up just a little bit before we move along in the topic. What you think about the ending of that case? Just your thoughts.
Man, that ending of the case, I feel bad for Young Thug because I felt that he should have just took it to trial. But I understand. I done been in that position, fam, to where I'm thinking about going to trial, but they just offered me house arrest and probation. I'm gonna go home. But then when I look at it, they didn't have, I could have beat it. It was a legal search and seizure. So I get it. But sometimes you got to stand your ground. But I don't like how he got all of this probation and, all the other defendants is not guilty. From the cases that y'all got to accuse him. This stuff that they free of is what kind of got Young Thug in this situation.
Yeah, he is less guiltier than them because they're the ones that was in the activities that they got proof that they was in the activities. That's interesting, fam.
So that's my take on that case, fam. He got to pay everything. He got to pay the probation. He's the money person. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty much the main guy to get.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Everybody else don't really matter because y'all ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's interesting. And Fannie Willis looking bad, but that YSL case, I think that they are the biggest winners in hip hop in 2024. That YSL that collective, YSL.
Wow.
A beat a Rico.
Yeah.
Well, all them people that come home from a Rico let you know the Georgia court system and their law enforcement is trash. They trash. They should have had them boys in a slammer for 25 years if they did things the way that they supposed to.
He didn't have nothing, though, fam. Like, it was all off of people snitching. They whole case was built off of snitches, and now we seeing that you can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to have some factual evidence. You can't go off of messages and social media messaging and this dude telling on this dude. No, I need actual facts of crime that was committed. Evidence. They don't want to work no more, fam. They don't want to go out, don't ask questions and do investigations no more. They just want to sit around the TV and hear people talk and arrest people. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. I got 2 more topics, fam, before we get to the hour mark. I want your take on the Roddy Ricch situation And then I want your take on the Meek Mill, and not the Meek Mill, the Andrew Schultz and Kendrick Lamar situation. And I'm gonna play the clip first because he condemned hip hop and then he talked about sexual stuff with Kendrick Lamar. Let's play the clip.
Nobody has respected women more. You love through art.
Yes.
Than rappers, okay?
Absolutely.
So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all need to switch that shit up.
Yeah.
How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? Be more like us and, bitches ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I beat my bitch with a stick, what? You can lick on the nuts or suck the dick. I beat my bitch with a stick, what?
Did you just think of that?
That's a real lyric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a real lyric from music that protects women. And for decades protects women. And listen, right now the guy on top, Kung Fu Kenny.
He is the guy on top.
He is making sure that comedians, he put a law in.
Yeah.
He put a law in place. All right, let's see the exact line, okay? Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. Now I understand.
You want to squabble up with Kenny?
That fuck him up. Like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. And there's nothing he could do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him. And the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not.
Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired?
There's nothing he could physically do to stop that. Besides put his legs in the air and choose a position. Maybe I'll let him choose a position. Like, whap, 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 whap. Let me suck it up. Put your legs up in the air, sea walk in the sky, and make a little thigh pussy for your boy. That's not gay. I need you like this. I need thigh pussy, but I need it to be like two, 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 two.
That's funny. I ain't gonna lie, it's funny. It's definitely funny. I don't like people talking like that though. I don't play with me, fam. It's too much agenda that's going on with this, fruity behavior that I don't accept. I don't like it. You know what I mean? But was it funny? Yes. What I don't like what he said was he's saying that rappers, right? Mm-hmm. He's really generalizing every rapper and making it seem like just because you rap, you talk down on black women. And I don't like that because if I was to say every Jewish person, they manipulate the system, you would say, hold on now. You gathering a whole bunch of people and you just put them in one sentence. Yes, it's some rappers out there that did talk down on women, but for you to put that on every rapper is not right.
And the lyrics that he was spewing that was a Snoop Dogg lyric 30 years ago on Doggy Style. The Doggy Style. I mean, that was 30 years ago, fam. Why we holding the modern day culture to what happened 30 years ago? It is weird to hear him speak like that and to use it in comedy form because he basically trolling for attention. A lot of people do things for attention that's risking their life, and they think that they safe behind a camera. And that's not reality, man, because I wouldn't want to see nobody put the hands on Andrew Schultz, but the way he's going about it and the way that he's talking about Kendrick Lamar, even though Kendrick Lamar did say, I don't even know if what Kendrick Lamar was saying in that rap was specifically aimed at him. I think that he could have, like, you know what I'm saying? God told me hit dogs holler. When you put the message out, the hit dogs holler. You know what I mean? But I don't even think, I think that he just put himself in it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't even about him, but I don't know, man. It's just interesting. And I think that Andrew Schultz need to pipe it down a little bit. Speaking on black culture.
Right, because he's generalizing people, and that's where it gets. I mean, you can joke all day, but don't generalize to where you making it seem that all of us are about, degenerating. I mean, talking down on women. It's not that. That was from Snoop. It's rappers that ain't. It's rappers that put women up here. I don't like that you did that. That's the only part that I don't like. You know what I mean? Because Kenny, I mean, he's not that kind of guy to me. You know what I mean?
He ain't that guy. He acknowledged you for the bullshit that you was on. I'm going to read the bars, fam. Let me read the bars to you. So Kendrick said, don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. I know propaganda work for them. And fuck whoever that's close to them. The niggas that's coon, the niggas that's being groomed, slide on both of them. You ever ate Captain Crunch and proceed to put water in it? Pulled over by the law, you riding dirty so you can't argue with them? To make it to be a star, bare your soul and put your heart up in it? But what caught my attention, he said, don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. I know propaganda work for them. And fuck whoever that's close to them. So he could be talking about Charlamagne the God, because you know they do a podcast together. But at the end of the day, man, that don't sound too specific for you to have to respond to.
Right. I got to be with Kung Fu Kenny on this. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he was more speaking of the brothers who sat around and was just laughing at it. You know what I'm saying? Because I would have had to check him about that, you know, because you can't generalize all our black women either. I mean, it's a joke, but I would have just said something like, yo, you know, I done met black women that ain't like that at all. You know what I'm saying? So what if I generalize your people and your culture, dude? Like, how would I, you know what I'm saying?
And, you know, white people, they don't even be caring about that like that. Or they will try to counsel you. They would try to counsel you and make you lose positions or whatever, though. But I don't even want to talk about the topic of Roddy Ricch, fam. I want to continue on with this conversation.
Gotcha.
Because we ain't got that much time, but I want to continue on with this conversation because this isn't his first time doing this. And I'm gonna read something to you though, and then I'm gonna play this, but I'm gonna read something to you. So Meek Mill tweeted and said, "White men saying they'll rape black men openly is extreme," and then saying it's just a joke. Black manhood is not a joke. I seen the same guy saying I was gay on his stand-up. My white friends like it's a joke. We don't joke like that in the black community.
The reason I think he might be guilty, every celebrity in LA has had their home robbed except Diddy. And I thought about it, it's like, bro, robbing Diddy is terrifying, because what if he's there? You break down the door, he's butt naked on the couch. Meek Mill sitting on his lap, just petting him like a Maltese cat. Meek Mill crying, oh no, wait a minute, I thought you was finished. He's like, can't stop, won't stop. You try to run out, you run out, the door is locked. You turn around, all of a sudden you hear, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. I can't be stopped now. It's your asshole tonight.
Damn. He's funny dude. He's a funny dude, man. You know.
Is it just jokes, fam?
It's just now that's a joke. I get that, fam. You know what I'm saying? But I can get why somebody can be offended if you're using their name in it. You know, Meek Mill.
Yeah, he deserved to be offended.
Yeah, he deserved to be offended by that. But it was funny, fam. You know, I can't, you know, it's comedy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people laugh. Looked like it was a lot of the other culture in there anyway. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we can't hold him accountable for talking about, because he's joking on, I don't know, man. It's just interesting. And jokes in cultures are different. Indian people are different funny than black people. Black people funny is different than white people funny. But I understand that certain people don't want to be talked about and certain topics shouldn't be talked about. And Kendrick Lamar is protective of black women. He's being protective of black women. But at the end of the day, man, it's just jokes, man. It's just jokes, man. At the end of the day, should somebody be offended and beat them up behind the jokes?
Well, I don't know if you want to get to that, but he did a video where he said he had received threats. There's people that talked about his daughter and saying that you better watch out. He talked about this and was like they were going too far. So I don't think he needs to get beat up, but there's people that's gonna think opposite from what you're saying, fam. You know what I'm saying?
So if you can dish it out, you can receive it. You got to be able to
take whatever you can take, you know.
And then they got allegations of him talking about he was being in a relationship with younger women, underage women, and all that type of stuff. As of recently. Yeah. So when you dish it, you got to be able to receive it. Pause. Hey, Rob, man, we put in work today, man.
Well, we did, fam. You already know how we do, man.
Yes, sir.
It was a good one, man. But we got to keep pushing for the culture, man. Bringing up these topics like this. We can't do nothing but spread good positivity and, peace and love and longevity, man.
Let's try to schedule something for next Sunday if you free, man.
For real. Always, fam. Always. I'm always excited to drop one with you.
Because we got topics that we can discuss that I think that'll be dope, man. And I ain't even get to a lot of things that I could have talked about on her, but I want the podcast to be quality, mastered, crispy, and everything. So that's why I keep the shows under an hour, fam.
For real. I appreciate that, fam. Well, listen, man. Hey, we always speaking on health, wealth, and a better understanding of self. You know how I do, man. And what you normally say, fam. We had a good one.
It's peace, love, plenty of abundance. Make sure you go get you some money, and we're going. Chill.
The Trevor Jackson Podcast.